Alright, what is up, guys? I'm going to make a quick recap video. I didn't do one last week, but I'm going to do it this week. So let's get right into it. First thing I got to say is you guys be careful out there. I know a lot of you don't watch these videos. I get a lot more on my reactions themselves, but be careful out there. Episode 6 for season 7 has been leaked. And just scrolling through Facebook, someone tried to post the end of season 7. At least that's what they said it was. I caught a quick glimpse, but luckily I was able to scroll by and block that fucking page. I don't put up with that shit. I don't want to be spoiled. I'm going to watch it on Sunday, make my reaction as usual. I just saw a little glimpse. It's enough to give away a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you what it was. So hopefully, well, like I said, it was maybe 5 seconds. No one was dying or anything like that, but it was a spoiler. But moving on straight from there, let's get into this episode because I didn't make one last week, even though it was absolutely amazing for 704. But for 705, I did, and we're gonna make this one quick, as I keep repeating. So let's get right into it. We have Braun. Braun bringing up Jamie from the water with their magical floating armor, because you know that shit's got to be heavy. A lot of people were giving some crap about Jamie falling into some deep water, but it's like, if you people never been into a river that's just dropped off before, I mean, there's tons of them down here in Florida. But anyway, no big deal. I thought their little conversation, their little powwow was interesting. Braun's like, you know, dragons and I'm out, and I do not blame him. And then try to convince Cersei, as Braun said, you might as well jump back in that river, which is true. Jamie knows at this point that they cannot win a military battle against Daenerys. With her Dothraki, even her Unsullied that are across the continent, and her 3 dragons if she really wanted to. If she wanted to take King's Landing now, she could do it, no problem. We go straight into Dany kind of acting like her daddy with the whole join or die bit, which I mean, I understand. And then Tarly refusing to go to the wall. I think he would be very useful at the wall, to be honest. And then burning those 2 guys alive. Burning the Tarleys alive. Bye, Dickon. It was nice to know you. So technically, Sam Tarley's the last of his house, but he did take the you know, he's in the Night's Watch. So I don't know how that'll really work. It's not like he died and came back like Jon did. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he can be the head of his house. We'll see how that goes. Moving on from there, we have Jamie talking to Cersei about how they can't win, and how it was not Tyrion that killed Joffrey. It was Lady Olenna, the Queen of Thorns, and she's just crazy. She's just crazy. That's all there is. There's not even a point in talking about it anymore. We've gotten to the point where Cersei is just a lunatic now. Moving on, Jon and Drogon, one of the best scenes of this episode. We get to see more of a Targaryen hints with Jon, as he is able to, and as far as I know, the first to ever be able to sort of pet Drogon. Tyrion had a moment with both Viserion and with Rhaegal, but as far as I know, the only other one who's really messed with Drogon has been Dany, and now Jon has, which was super cool. I love the up close. I love the detail on Drogon. It looked amazing, and that look that Dany was giving Jon when Drogon's body turns out of the way and you see Jon petting him. It was amazing. I loved it. It's going to be awesome. And another cool thing, and this will come later, is that, as Dany mentions, these are her children, not beasts. I see them as children. And you see Drogon leaning into Jon, sort of trusting Jon. That goes a long way into Dany trusting Jon later in this series. Now we move on from there. Dany asks about that knife in the heart thing. There's obviously more to it. She knows there's more to it. But before she can get an answer, Jorah shows up. Friend zone Jorah. Dude can't catch a break. You know, he shows up and now Jon Snow's there. What are you going to do, pal? Jorah's back, so that's cool. They have a pretty cool reunion. A little back and forth real quick between Jon and Jorah about his dad, Gior. But it'll be interesting to see how Jorah reacts when he finds out Jon's got Longclaw. Now, Jorah left Longclaw behind before he left Westeros in shame. So it'll be interesting. It'll just be interesting to see if Jorah makes any comment about it. Moving on from there, we have Bran flies over EastWatch, it's really cool. It's a shame. I don't think we're going to get a lot of EastWatch here, but the way it stares instead of the elevator, instead of the lift, it's really cool looking. I wish we'd be able to explore that location more, but I don't think that's going to be happening. So Bran takes his ravens. He's got all the ravens now. You know, he won't walk anymore, but he will fly. So he's got all the ravens now. And he heads out and sees the Night King and the army, and the Night King's able to like blast the ravens away, I guess. So then Bran's right down to business. Send the ravens. We've got some bad shit coming. Moving on from there, we have Sam trying to convince the Maesters as Bran sent the Maesters a letter. The Maesters aren't listening. Sam's getting fed up with their garbage. Going on from there, we have Varys and Tyrion having a chat about how Dany needs to sort of keep her cool. The advisors need to sort of... She needs to be reined in a little bit. She needs to listen. And then we have the really cool council meeting between all of them. Dany's got her hair down. She's not all proper and primmed up as far as her hair goes. Jon learns that Arya and Bran are still alive. But he also realizes that because of what's going on up north, he has to go, and it comes down to they got a plan of convincing, basically setting down an armistice, convincing Cersei to help contribute the battle against the undead by Tyrion getting smuggled in with Davos into King's Landing to talk to Jaime, so Jaime will convince her, and then we have Jorah and Jon. Supposed to be heading up north. Dany shows major concern with both these characters, but a surprising amount, well, not really, for Jon, as he says he's going to leave, and she pulls this, I didn't give you permission to leave yet, sort of as a, she doesn't want him to go thing, and then it's like, nah, as Jon does the sort of, no, I don't need your permission, I'm a king, and which was really cool, and the whole trust thing, I trust you, you trust me. Drogon trusts Jon, so that sort of gives, I think that helps Dany give her little nod she does. So all that's interesting. We move from there as the Stark sisters are fighting. I don't like that shit. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't like it. I don't care if it's not going anywhere, as a lot of people say. I don't care. I don't like it. Then we have Tyrion and Davos in King's Landing. Really cool moments here. I love Davos and about everything he says. It's great. Him meeting, or Tyrion meeting with Jaime, that went about as well as you can expect, I suppose. Jaime didn't try to kill him, and it was cool that Bronn set it up. So Jaime does indeed go deliver, I'm skipping ahead a little bit here, but Jaime does indeed go deliver the news to Cersei, and Cersei's all like, oh, well, yes, we'll make a deal with the Dragon Queen to be closer to her, so we'll have an opportunity to kill her when we need to, blah, 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 blah. No one will defeat us, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and look, I'm pregnant. Here, Jaime, be on my side. I say 100, I think, okay, maybe not 100%. I am 95% sure that she's lying. That she is not telling the truth. She is not pregnant. She's doing this to keep Jaime on her side. I've seen some say that doesn't matter at this point. I disagree. She's going to want to keep as much control as she can, and she's going to keep Jaime on her side. She's going to tell Jaime whatever she needs to know. I don't think she's pregnant. That's me. I think she's lying. Then we finally find Gendry. He's no longer rowing. Call off the search parties. We found him. And he's got this cool new short haircut, and he is ripped, roaring, ready to go. Davos shows up and says, you know, starts talking to him. He's like, you've come to get me. It's like, yep. He's like, all right, well, let's go. Well, you need to know. Nope, let's go. Pulls off this badass warhammer with the Baratheon sigil on the front of it. Oh, man, it's so cool to have a Baratheon back. The bastard son of King Robert Baratheon. It's coming full circle, because then we get this cool scene where Davos and Gendry are down at the boat. They're getting ready to leave. These two gold cloaks come up. Davos sends them off, and then at the worst possible moment, Tyrion comes walking down. Gendry ends up killing these two with his badass hammer. They go back to Dragonstone. Davos this whole time is, hey, don't tell Gendry. Don't tell Jon. Don't tell Jon. Don't tell Jon. Gendry, as soon as he meets him, tells Jon, I'm Gendry, the bastard son of Robert Baratheon. So we have the bastard son of of Ned Stark, not really, and we have the bastard son of Robert Baratheon. Friends, like as soon as you saw that moment, that image or that scene in Step Brothers, did we just become your best friends? Yep. I mean, I really hope Gendry sticks around. It's gonna be fun to watch. I really enjoyed their interaction. Moving on, straight from there, we have the little farewell goodbye with Jon, or with Jorah and Dany, and then Jon and Dany, and when Jorah turns around and looks back at Dany, that sealed it for me. I'll talk about it at the end, about what's going to happen next episode. So moving right on from there, last we have Littlefinger playing Arya, giving basically leaving a trail for her to follow to find Sansa's decree, basically telling Robb that her father was wrong and a liar and a cheat and all that. She was forced to write that by Cersei. Again, I agree with a lot of the others. I don't think this storyline is going anywhere. I think Littlefinger would end up being on the outside here, but I don't like it. And then finally, we have Jon at EastWatch meeting Tormund. Great Tormund moments here. They're gonna go beyond the wall. They're gonna they're gonna capture a white, not a White Walker. They're gonna capture a white. Try to bring it down. Prove it to Cersei Lannister, and somehow Cersei's just gonna be like, "Oh, okay. Well, yes, we should work together." Anyway, they need more men. Some of the wildlings are going to come. They go down, and who do they find? The Brotherhood without banners. We have the Hound. We have Thoros of Myr. We have Beric Dondarrion, and there should be some other members, probably in another cell somewhere. But we basically have our Magnificent Seven, or however many people there will end up being. We have them walking out, going out beyond the wall to try to get one of these things. And it was an amazing moment. It was a great episode. And all I can say is not all of them are coming back. You know it. I know it. Not all of them are coming back. As much as it pains a lot of people to say, and here's who I think is not going to make it by the end of next episode. I think Beric Dondarrion is gone. I think Thoros of Myr is gone. After that, I think Jorah is going to die. That look he turned to, that behind the shoulder look he gave to Dany, I think Jorah isn't coming back from this. Jorah Mormont will die in this episode. There are a lot of people assuming that Jon may be the only one to escape. I don't think so. I don't think everyone's going to die, but I think at least those three will. Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, and Jorah Mormont. Those three will die. That's my prediction. I'm very, in fact, of all of them, I am positive Beric Dondarrion will die, but I think Jorah is going to die too. He's been my second pick. Of least to greatest, as some people are doing, least chance to die to most chance to die. Jon is the least chance to die, followed by the Hound, followed by Gendry, followed by Thoros of Myr, followed by Jorah, and then finally, most certain to die, Beric Dondarrion. It'll be really fun to see. I'm super excited. We are closing in. It's gone by so quickly. We're closing in on, this is the penultimate episode of the penultimate season of Game of Thrones. So who do you think is going to die? That's all I want to know. That's the question from me to you. Who do you think is going to die in the next episode? That's all from me. Leave that down below. Who do you think's going to die? I can't wait. I'm super excited. Like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. And as always, Leland loses 6-4 out.